welcome to Larson's Garage. In this video we're going to show you how to service an electric clock that's in many of the American cars anyway. I know from the late 50s all the way up through the 80s. This doesn't affect the clocks that say quartz on them. Those don't have any maintenance, but these electric clocks that actually you can kind of hear them tick when they're running do need to be cleaned and oiled maybe once every 5 years or so. So we'll start by carefully taking off the hands. Go. Doesn't matter. Since we don't have a day and date function on here, it doesn't really matter the orientation of the hands. Okay. Then the face just pulls off. Then you've got these 3 clips here. Well, maybe we can just take this off without taking off those other retainers. Just these 2 tabs on the side. I think I might stand corrected here. Yes, okay. So we did not need to take these off here. I'm going to put those back later. All right, so here we go. So this thing basically stopped midway here. And what I like to do typically on these, let's get these things out of the way here, but is to spray a little alcohol on them. Isopropyl alcohol, not rum or gin. This is good because this will clean up the workings and it'll dry right up. And then we'll just kind of let that sit for a bit and dry. Then once that's dry, we need to get the oil, which is somewhere around here. Where did I put the oil? It's over here. Okay, so what I bought is, I've been using this stuff a long time. It's a synthetic clock oil. So if you go on like Amazon or something, just look for, do a search for clock oil and you should see something like this. It's 100% synthetic. And it's got enough viscosity where when you drop it on all the little bearing surfaces, it really just sticks in there, which is really good. So let's go ahead and once this alcohol has dried, which looks like it's pretty much dried off, what we want to do is, let me see here where we're at with this screen. So what we want to do is we want to get in here and oil just where the pins go into the plates. These are the plates horizontally, and then you have pins that go up and down. We just have to put a very tiny little drop in wherever we see. It doesn't need much oil at all. There we go. Then if you're lucky, these might just start working as you're oiling it. Anywhere where there's it's like a hinge pin, you know. drop a little bit down here too. You can even hit it right on the plate itself, right where the pin comes through the plate. Kind of a capillary effect. It'll kind of just suck it up in there and wick it up in. This is good for the bearings. Okay. Now let's see if we can wake this thing up. So basically what happens is when this runs out, it touches this contact point right here. And when this touches that, it energizes and rewinds it all the way, zooms it back. Okay? And it looks like we're working. So it's slowly coming back to life here. A little bit more oil here. Just as it comes back to life, just kind of watch what moves and make sure that you get the tiny little drop in each of the bearing. It's little bearing surface is what they're called. Yeah. Oh, she's still working. It'll take a little bit because it's got to work in the oil. Most of what you see here, I would say also if it stops working and it doesn't continue working, is repeat the process. Hit it with some alcohol again, because what it is some of the oil is kind of varnished in there. That's what we got going on here too, because it is stopping. I like using 91% alcohol because it evaporates quickly. Again, we just gotta let it dry. Just manually rewind that a couple times. That's the spring there. This spring right here is what keeps tension on this, which moves the workings. Once this, it's still wet in there with alcohol, but once this dries up good, we can go around and do some more oiling again. And then by then it should be fully flushed out and working. Let's see, it's still going there. Tick tock, tick tock. We just want to be careful not to bend or distort any of the movement in here, because it's probably just fine. It just has gunked up oil in it, causing it to just stop working. So by putting the isopropyl alcohol in there along with some clock oil, we're basically cleaning it and relubricating it. So, and on this particular one here, which is most likely what you'll have to do, is do it twice. Because after you do it the first time, it gets things moving, and then you hit it with alcohol again, and it kind of flushes things out, and then we'll hit it again with some oil. Just about dried up. I doused it pretty good. Still working though. You can see here it's coming towards the almost there, so that if this was connected to power, these two contacts would energize, or like points, and then it would click this back, and that's that clunk you hear every minute or so with these clocks. This thing's working good now. That's basically it. You just basically do that, and it's good to go. I usually like to let them sit out overnight or so and just test it in the morning, and then connect up a positive and negative lead to this to test it out. On this particular clock, this is the negative lead here, the vertical one, as it's oriented this way, and then this looks like the positive one here. And the reason why I know is because this positive lead goes into this. There's a solder joint there. The other one just basically is a bracket that goes to the grounding of the case. And that's about it. Okay, so I'm just hitting these little electrical contacts in here with a emery cloth just to kind of clean them up a little bit, and then wipe them off. That way they make good contact. And we're still running there, so that looks good. I went ahead and cleaned the face, so we can put the face back on. I went ahead and put these things back on, which we weren't supposed to take those off to begin with, so I forgot. So all it is it's very simple. You just put this on, and then oh, where are we? The can. There we go. Been a long day. Okay, so we got this here. Just make sure these line up good back coming out of here. Shouldn't have to force anything. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we just bend these tabs back. It was just these two end tabs, I remember. Bend that. And bend this guy. And I believe these other ones stay up because they fit into the holes here. So let's see if I got them correct. Yep. All right, there we go. And that just kind of fits in there. So again, if you got this on the bottom of the 6 o'clock position, just this tab up here and this tab over here need to be bent in, and then they can go back together. Okay. And since there's no day and date function here, these hands can go back in any orientation, as long as it's reads. I like to do the top of the hour here at one of them. You just want to make sure you looked at, you know, it's snapped in there, that's good. And then as we put the next hand on, we're going to make this right at 3 o'clock. This is important to make sure you get lined up, because you want to make sure this is dead on the 3 when this is at the top of the hour, so that every hour it's fine. And then what you want to do, so that looks good. And you just want to make sure, look and make sure that these aren't going to interfere or touch each other. So those look pretty good. A little oil on here. Get that off. Okay, and then we can put the second hand in. Any orientation is fine. Just put it in there, just gently push on it, and it's ready to go. So now that we don't have the ability to manually wind it, we have to go powered up, apply 12 volts to these, or I think you can even use a 9-volt battery and just touch it on, and it'll wind it. So to go back and look in the video, I think this was the negative and that was the positive. So that's about it. Well, look at that. We've got a nice, clean, detailed instrument cluster with a working clock. And also on this project, it's on another video, but I've got the seatbelt warning chime fixed as well. All right, that concludes another video with Larson's Garage. Take care, everyone. Bye for now. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to our channel so you're aware of when we post new content. Happy motoring!